Hi, I wanted to explain a couple more things that you may have received in a bag from Miss Grace that are from me. There's this exercise sheet that you may have seen. This is a little poem. We have not started this a lot with these guys yet, but it would be great, especially for those kids that are going to kindergarten next year. It's a little poem and a great exercise. Even if you can only get your child to try one of the things on it, and just start with just seeing if they can do the one, but use the pictures to help them understand what they're supposed to do. If you have a sibling that's older, or you yourself can show them. But these are great exercises that help build core strength, which will eventually help with other things like writing and other fine motor skills. So that is what that is. And then I mentioned in the other video, the little car activity. There's various things that you can match using colors, to objects to put on the cars of the matching color, using your fine motor skills, or using a tool like a clothespin if I gave you one of those. There are some people, not everybody. I just cleaned out my room, and so basically I took a lot of printed materials and things that I thought I could share with you. So there's not like even amounts of everything. So there's a few kids that will get this. I saved this for the older kids going to kindergarten mostly. It's a color by number. It's obviously Valentine's Day, but I figured I would share any of the materials that I have already printed with you guys. I think I had enough buses for everybody to have one or two. I know the kids love the school bus, and so they can just work on coloring that. If they, like I mentioned to one mom this week, if your child is having a hard time sticking with coloring for a long period of time, a fun activity to do is to play some music and say, when the music's going, we're coloring. And then after, like if they seem to start to tire of coloring, then say, turn the music off, and they can put their crayon down, and then we freeze. So if the music is playing, we're coloring. And then when the music stops, freeze. And it makes it a game. And so you can sometimes stretch them to coloring it, coloring a little bit longer if their hands get tired or if they don't like sticking with it that long. So there's school buses. Some kids got this. If you don't have scissors at home, don't worry about this. But if you do have scissors at home, they can cut and try to pick which car matches the next car. If not, they can just color the page. They can you could have them circle the cars and try to see if they could circle the light colored car, or circle the car in the middle, circle the first car. So you can do whatever you would like with those based on the materials you have at home. A lot of you got different forms of dot activities. The dot activities we use for coloring in a dot, and that's a really good one to do with the like music starting and stopping. But you also can use these as a place to put your pom-poms or your objects. I'm not high enough for you guys to see the table. Anyway, you can put objects on each one of the dots. So if you have buttons, you could put buttons on each one of the dots. If you have the pom-poms that go with the color matching, you could put one of them on each of the dot. You could color. If you have any stickers, you could have them put stickers on each of the dots. If you have any kind of paints or like watercolors, you could do that. Just really, it's just to kind of get them, again, paying attention to putting things in a specific location to just really help that eye-hand coordination. Some kids had some different writing activities. The directions are on the top. You just color in the direction that it shows here on the side. So that would be like coloring in a circle, coloring in a diagonal, coloring up and down. And I think I gave those mostly to the kids that are older or more moving on to kindergarten. And then just a couple more dot activities. So it's just a quick rundown of what the paper materials are that I sent home and how they're supposed to be used. But you can do whatever you want with them, and you can use the back of them for free writing and coloring. You can use the back of them to draw Map Man. You could practice names. Do whatever you want with the materials. It's just for your use. Thanks. Have a great day.